Today's May 24th, and welcome to today's news on News 12 Connecticut.
You just got some new information on a breaking story. The television show Duck Dynasty has been canceled after only having 2 viewers, Matt Mahaley and Alyssa Brunig. The reported couple has been watching the show since it premiered on March 21st, 2012, but the duo is just not enough, and the show is calling it quits this weekend.
In other news, a man was charged for making a dog and raccoon fight. His name is Eddie Giovanini, and the story is still developing. We'll have more on that later.
Also just in, a Bridgeport resident, Nathan Hall, called 911 after McDonald's runs out of McNuggets.
But back to our main feature story. The Industrial Revolution began in the early 18th century and has since influenced England and America greatly. Definitely, the Industrial Revolution has been beneficial to society. This feature documentary will answer the question, was the Industrial Revolution beneficial to society? And by the end of this documentary...
The revolution was the rapid development of industry in Britain in the late 18th and 19th centuries, brought by the introduction of machinery. That definition does begin to describe the lasting impact that this time period had. Industrial revolution was when people stopped using human and animal power as their main energy source and started using power-driven machinery. The change in technology began to transform and shape the world today.
The Industrial Revolution had many positive effects, but 4 advances stood out among the rest: medical, technological, transportation, and communication. Without the Industrial Revolution, we would not have the things that we have today, such as
Revolution, people had to do work by hand, like these two.
Get that bridge! You got the bridge, Angelina! We got it! Happy!
Now with the advancement in machinery, work is much easier.
So many advances in technology, such as the light bulb, the automobile, the airplane, the telegraph, radio, phonograph, and many more. New ideas in sciences included discoveries in biology, physics, chemistry, and medicine. During this time period, medical breakthroughs such as pasteurization and the anesthetic had been invented.
I'm here with Nadia Ortiz, a historian at Yale University. So how exactly did the Industrial Revolution begin?
The Industrial Revolution changed not only how goods were made, but how industry moved from the home and factories. It began in Great Britain, which later spread to other countries. The factory system changed life for workers and created new labor conditions.
Oh, I see. So how great do you feel that technology from the Industrial Revolution impacted the world today?
Well, it definitely influenced us present day and will continue to influence us in the future. I mean, we're talking about a time when there were no televisions, iPhones, none of the simple electronic pleasures we have today. People were using candles and matches as light sources. Just to have light in the flick of a switch was quite magnificent. Thomas Edison developed the first usable and practical light bulb in 1879. Edison also made generators, motors, light sockets, and other electrical devices. The light bulb was not the only technological development, though. Michael Faraday discovered the connection between magnetism and electricity. His discovery led to dynamo, a machine that generated electricity by moving a magnet through a coil of wire. Michael Faraday used electricity to power an electric motor. His discoveries led to the development of electrical generators.
And transportation-wise, what changed during the Industrial Revolution?
Another important advantage in transportation were steamboats. The eastern half of North America had many navigable bodies of water. Steamboats were used to carry people and goods along. The success of the steam-powered crafts led to the disappearance of slower boats. People went from walking and riding cattle to driving cars. Henry Ford and his team wanted to design an automobile that was both durable and easy to maintenance. Ford aimed to produce an inexpensive utilitarian car, and that's exactly what the Model T was. When the Model T came out, sales were spectacular. The Model T had a cultural impact like no other. Now our society is practically dependent on cars. Over 100 million people drive daily in the United States alone.
And what do you think changed transportation-wise during the Industrial Revolution?
Railroads joined major waterways. Railroads demonstrated the power of water transportation. By 1860, the United States had 30,000 miles of railroads.
Thanks to the Industrial Revolution, we now have cars to ride, and we don't need to walk to places. This car will transport us to any place that we need by only gas. Whoa, what an invention.
An important invention was the telegraph. It was the first of its kind and was able to carry messages and news faster than any previous invention. Samuel Morse created the telegraph in 1837. It sent messages instantly over wires. Before this invention, people could only communicate through letters. but this bloomed a new era.
Started with the telegraph and only got better from there. The phonograph was made in 1877 by Thomas Edison and was later improved by Alexander Bell. It was used to record and produce sound. People were now able to talk to each other without having to meet face-to-face. Communication before the Industrial Revolution.
Brett, can you hear me?
I can hear you!
Yay!
Yay!
Communication after the Industrial Revolution.
Hey, Galita, what's up?
Hey, Brett.
What you doing?
Nothing.
You wanna come over?
Yeah, I'll see you at 4.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Medical advancements in the Industrial Revolution made a lasting impact on the future world. One of the first major achievements in the medical field that changed the procedure of surgery was anesthesia. With anesthesia, performing a surgery was much safer and had better outcomes.
Anesthesia was painless and even used on battlefields to perform amputations. More lives were saved, and it was all because of this new invention. Medical advancements brought new inventions, theories, jobs, and the rebirth of profession. No one realized how vital this invention was until years later.
Another major contribution the Industrial Revolution brought was the success in blood transfusions. Dr. James Blundell was the first man to successfully complete a blood transfusion. Today, blood transfusions save lives and people are cured. With more illnesses developing, blood has become a main component in the practice, and population would be smaller without the idea of blood transfusions. With this discovery, instruments were created. There were improvements in the practice of medicine, and ideas spread throughout the world.
There were many more successes of the transfusion of surgeries because theories were improved and advances in findings. In this time period, doctors discovered that people had different blood types and you couldn't mix two different blood types together. Also, the idea of refrigeration was brought into play, so preserving blood was possible. Overall, the Industrial Revolution played a key role in the development of today's society. Without the Industrial Revolution, our world wouldn't be thriving as it is today. The communication, transportation, medical, and technological advancements we have today date back to the Industrial Revolution. So thank you, Industrial Revolution.
We are now back to our regular news broadcast.
In other news, it has been reported that Trumbull residents Brooke Foley and Ben Schuyler have been arrested after stealing cosmetics at Walmart. The couple is scheduled to be arraigned in a week.
Also, we would like to congratulate Lauren Perdue for winning the Rotary competition. Great job.
That's all for this week's broadcast. Thanks for watching. Remember, Trumbull,
Stay classy.
Today is May 24th, and welcome to today's news on News 12 Connecticut.
Breaking news. We have just got some new information on a story. The television show Duck Dynasty has been canceled after only having 2 viewers, Matt Mahaley and Alyssa Bunick. The reported couple has been watching the show ever since it appeared on March 25th. Why are you laughing?
Thanks to the Industrial Revolution, we now have new advances in technology, including the television. Thanks to the television, we are able to watch the Celtics lose yet another playoffs series.
The Industrial Revolution had so many advances in technology, such as the light bulb, the automobile, the airplane, the telegraph, radio, phonograph, and many more. New ideas in the sciences included discoveries in biology, physics, chemistry, and medicine.
Why would anybody think that
She's just a girl and she's on fire.